Hello everyone, I'm Joel, your host for Talking Trends, where we explore real estate trends as well as other luxury lifestyle trends here in the greater Sarasota area. Today we're at The Mark, a condominium development in downtown Sarasota, to share a snapshot of the third quarter real estate market for 2024 and my outlook for the months ahead, particularly in light of recent storms. But first, let's explore Residence 715. This meticulously designed 3-bedroom, 3.5-bath condo epitomizes luxury and convenience, with chic porcelain tile floors, abundant natural light, and a gourmet kitchen featuring Jenner appliances and Nolte cabinets. The primary suite offers a private patio, customized walk-in closet, and spa-like bath, while the 2 ensuite guest rooms and an office or flex space provide ample comfort. This residence includes 2 parking spaces, electric charging stations, and 24-hour concierge and security. The Mark's amenities, including a resort-like pool, fitness center, and club room, enhance the urban lifestyle with Sarasota's vibrant arts, dining, and shopping at your doorstep. Don't miss this chance to embrace Sarasota's best urban way of life. Before we dive into the market statistics, we also need to recognize the fact that the greater Sarasota area has dealt with the effects of 2 massive storms in the last 30 days. There is unfathomable damage to homes and property throughout the area. Our hearts go out to everyone affected in every way, shape, and form. We always have to look for a silver lining, and that is the amazing community that has come together, helping each other with everything from rolling up our sleeves and getting dirty, assisting financially, or just being there for a hug and moral support. There is no doubt that we will rebuild and we'll be better than before. I would encourage you to reach out and continue to support everyone affected, many of which have been hit hard. Now to our third quarter market statistics. Every quarter, we explore the details of the luxury real estate market in Sarasota County. I break it down between single-family homes and condos, and then further by price point. Properties over $4 million, properties between $2 and $4 million, and finally, properties between $1 million and $2 million. First and foremost, you will see that sales are up in 5 of the 6 price and property categories. Particularly interesting for condos, where sales are up more than 214% for condos over $4 million and 83% for condos between $1 and $2 million. There are several factors at work here, including continuing demand, a recognition that interest rates are on the decline, positive economic factors, equity market gains, and more inventory availability. The big jump for condos over $4 million does relate to the closings that have taken place in the new St. Regis on Longboat Key. But even if we take these closings out of the equation, the number of sales will have still doubled in this quarter compared to 2023. In previous segments, we talked about increases in inventory. That trend changed markedly for the third quarter of 2024. Inventory levels decreased in 5 of the 6 categories. Not surprisingly, the biggest changes were for condos in the $4 million plus and the $1 to $2 million range. This makes sense based on the sales in these categories that we just talked about. My feeling is that these inventory decreases, although certainly relevant, do not reflect some shadow inventory. That inventory mostly being homes that were on the market but have been taken off the market for one reason or another. So although inventory levels are down, I do expect some of that shadow inventory to come back on the market prior to year end. For most price and property categories, months of inventory is showing a relatively balanced market, shifting from more of a seller's market earlier in the year. I will let you study the numbers on your own, but just a couple of additional comments about the stats before we talk about the market outlook. Average sales prices are relatively stable across all price points for both homes and condos. The exceptions being both single-family homes and condos over $4 million, where average sales prices are up a minimum of 10%. We of course look at this information for all of Sarasota County. The reality of the real estate market for almost everyone is much more micro. While we can look at the overall stats for a large market like Sarasota County, you need to understand the specifics of your micro market. Hence why you need an experienced and market-savvy realtor on your side. Looking forward, at least in the short term, is more complicated. It is yet to be determined how the damage from Helene and Milton will play out. Here are a few realities and a few predictions. The barrier islands sustained the most damage. Newer homes and condos that were built to current building standards went relatively unscathed through both storms. Older homes and condos sustained much more damage, particularly from storm surge. The result is that costs to insure and maintain older homes will go up. Their market value will bear an inverse relationship, i.e. their market value will go down. The market value for more recently constructed homes and condos will stay steady or actually increase due to a lack of availability. The bottom line is that while there are many factors at work, including the effects of the storms, the fundamental equation is still supply and demand. Prices will adjust to reflect that demand. Both sellers and buyers will need further understanding of the market and how it affects them. That is the value of what we as realtors provide. Sarasota and Florida in general are still highly sought after and will continue to evolve. While it may be a roller coaster in the short term, if you look at historic statistics in locations even more prone to storms, values have ultimately grown. 2024 has christened an environment with a healthy economic forecast, manageable inflation, interest rate stability, and a strong equity market. All of this instills buyer confidence. That together with a post-election environment, people still wanting and needing to purchase housing, and Florida still being the #1 destination, makes Sarasota well positioned for the future. So while there are some bumps in the road, maybe even a few large potholes in the short term, the fundamental equation for Sarasota real estate going forward is positive. Thank you for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you for the next segment of Talking Trends. See you then.